Hey YouTube, Chad here from Dirt Poor TV. Today what we're going to do is replace the brake pressure sensor switch on this 2018 XP1000 Ranger. It's a common problem on these units. One way to kind of diagnose that you have this problem is when you constantly have to start pushing harder and harder on your brake pedal to get the unit to start, or your taillights aren't working properly. But usually those work in conjunction together. If you have either one of those problems, it's probably your brake pressure sensor switch. So we'll get over here, show you where it's located and how to put it on. It's a pretty easy process. If you like this content, please give a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you are notified every time we put out a video, and also consider subscribing to the channel. Hey YouTube. Okay, here's what's going on and how you can kind of diagnose what is happening and if it is the brake pressure switch. I'll make sure the vehicle is in park, and it is, and you depress the brake pedal and you turn the key to start and you have nothing. Press the brake pedal a little farther, nothing. Press the brake pedal a little farther, nothing. Press the brake pedal. So now I'm really putting a lot of pressure on there, so that tells me it's that pressure switch. There's the brake master cylinder, and you can see that electrical plug coming out of it with that big nut on the end of it. Well, that is a 22 millimeter. This is the factory setup, and we are going to remove that, which the brake lines are hooked to, and there'll be some banjo washers in between each brake line. Just make sure you get them in the same order as when you pull it out. And then the new setup is a little bit different because they ended up changing it. So if you look here, this is exactly what the part's going to look like that we have already installed up here, and then the plug plugs in right here. Well, there's just this little extension, and then the plug plugs in there. So no big deal, but like I said, they did change it. And this one right here takes an 18 millimeter, and the one that is factory takes a 22. So this is something I want to share with you guys. Remember we talked about how the switches look different? Well, the switch on the left is the one that is the factory, and the number for the factory is 4014262. That is the one on the left. And the one that they will send you is the other one, which is 4014225, which is the one on the right. This is the package that I received, which is the 4225, which is the newer style with the extended plug on there. So there's the factory one. We'll take the plug off, which is real easy. Pull up on the clip, give it a little wiggle, it comes off. 22 millimeter on this. I can't really hold the camera and do that at the same time, but I am going to put a small pan underneath to catch any brake fluid that falls out. Brake fluid is pretty corrosive, and I want to catch as much as possible. Alright, so it's broke loose, and I can spin it by hand. Just make sure there's 3 banjo washers, one against the switch. Then you're going to have a brake line, then another banjo washer, then another brake line, then a banjo washer. But just when you take them off, put them back on the same way. And I'm going to try to do this quick so we don't lose any brake fluid. Okay, so this is the old switch that we removed. Just get it out of the way. Just thread the new one in. Make sure you have your washers on the same direction that you took them off. And it just has a little bit longer plug. Now we're going to plug this in. Okay, just make sure your wires aren't rubbing on anything and everything looks fine. I'm going to jump inside here. And lightly put my foot on the pedal. Turn the key. There you go. It's that simple. One other thing to do is to make sure you have brake lights. So turn your key on, tap on the pedal. There I have brake lights. Mission accomplished. Hey guys, like I said, this was a pretty easy install. Before you get out on the trail or out on the farm, make sure your brakes are working properly, because you could introduce some air into your brake lines by disconnecting them from the brake reservoir and the master cylinder. So just pump your brakes, make sure your brakes don't go to the floor. If you have any brake fade, then you might end up having to bleed your brakes. I did not have that problem. So thanks for watching Dirt Poor TV. Please consider and subscribe to the channel, and we got more videos coming. What it basically does is you have flies all over you, and I'm about ready to kill